struggled with Odir with many issues when he was in law school, including financial issues, and he made it through. So he's been able to get through one step after another to end up now in this day being sworn in as a lawyer. So I just wanted to indicate that for me it's a great honor. Les platico que para mí es un gran honor tener la oportunidad de participar en esta ocasión aquí que Odir se va a recibir como abogado. I always like to emphasize how important it is to become a lawyer. And maybe I emphasize that because when I became a lawyer, I got sworn in the most inauspicious way. I had a fellowship to study Mexican law in Mexico City. And when I came back, I knew that clerks were authorized to swear a new lawyer in. So I went to the clerk's office, I think in San Bernardino County. I was interviewing with a lawyer there. And I told him I was a new lawyer, I needed to be sworn in. And he says, do you have your card, a card like this? And I said, yes. And he said, sign it. So I signed it. Then I waited for him to swear me in. And I said, aren't you going to swear me in? He says, you signed, you're sworn in, he said. And that was it. And I thought, my goodness, after struggling 3 years to law school, after being in Mexico City, after all that, to not be sworn in formally, I thought it was terrible. So I decided that when I'm swearing folk in, I should do it the right way. And to me, the right way is to talk about the importance of being a lawyer. I like to read the preamble to the American Bar Association Rules on Professional Conduct. And they say this: a lawyer, as a member of the legal profession, is a representative of clients, an officer of the legal system, and a public citizen having special responsibility for the quality of justice. And I must say that we all know what a lawyer does in terms of representing clients. I think we all understand that a lawyer is an officer of the court, and we have special responsibilities in that regard. But we don't place enough emphasis, it seems to me, on the last duty that we have, to be a public citizen. And notice that it's a public citizen, not even a lawyer. But I think it speaks that way because a lawyer, I think, understands more than most people the relationship of a citizen and a resident to the government. And so we've always had a special responsibility, I think, in dealing with community organizations and individuals to guide them in terms of their relationship with their government. So it says, be a public citizen having special responsibility for the quality of justice. And it means that we as lawyers need to be worried about justice. And I don't think that justice just means legal justice. So often we see that there's a law that appears to be just, but somehow the way it's applied is not very just. And we see that in our society, we have great ideals of equality and the right to speak under the First Amendment and so on. But somehow in our society, and I'm sure in every society, there isn't that perfect equality. And we as lawyers, I think, have a responsibility. Not that we'll ever eradicate that lack of equality, because if somebody has several millions of dollars without any background, the person can run for governor, for example. Well, most people can't if they don't have millions of dollars. They actually have to work at it. And so there'll never be perfect equality. But I think the role of the law, insofar as we can influence it, I think we can, and the role of lawyers is to get our country a little bit closer to those ideals that we have of equality and fairness for everybody. So to me, being a lawyer has always been something special. We have a special responsibility in our society.